Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of the Weekly Wake Up. I just stubbed my toe. Really bad. We've had internet issues. We are 16 minutes late. This is not Tom. Complete disaster this morning, but I'm with the love of my life, and we're making the most of it. So we literally just had some internet issues, and like I said, Tom's not here; he's out of country, and we thought he's always out of country. But we're here. Better late than never. You want to talk about starting Monday off rough, because it's been, even before this, it's just been a challenge. But we're here. We're here. Just know that you're not, if you're having a rough morning. We all have rough Mondays sometimes, and it's because I'm a performance coach. Doesn't make any exception. Every day is a struggle. So, but we're here. What do you want to talk about?
Oh God, no.
We're talking about facing your fears, because the fact that Lacy is here is a miracle. Because when Tom said, he's like yesterday, he's like, I'm not going to be able to make it. We can do it Tuesday morning. I'm like, let me think about who can I enlist to help. We can do something different. I'm going to pitch it to Lacy, but she's going to tell me no. But she's here.
I told him no.
She didn't. She
didn't. Tell you no.
I twisted her arm a little bit, and she's like, I'll do it. So
no,
I wanted to ask her.
I showered though.
You did shower.
I showered.
But we wanted to talk about facing fear and taking bold action. And that was kind of the theme of our call yesterday in the Forge Mastermind Goal Crushing community, is just taking bold action, facing fear. And Lacy's here doing that. And about a little over a week ago, we did something else that was very taking bold action, right? Jumping from a perfectly good airplane.
Yes.
I would like to basically do a little interview with you on that.
Oh, no.
And how did that come about? What made you decide to jump from a perfectly good airplane? How did we end up doing that?
How did we end up? So in the Forge, Jay had challenged the group to come up with 50 bucket list items. I, for some odd reason, wrote that down as one of my bucket list items. Took a picture, shared it with the group, and then Jay took a snapshot of my list, and out of all of the beautiful locations that I wanted vacations.
Because you're like Mykonos, am I saying that right? Mykonos, Greece, like all these amazing places.
Amazing locations.
I take her to Kansas City to go jump out of an airplane.
Yep. He picked probably my scariest bucket list item. And I'm not even 100% sure that it was a bucket list item. I mean, it was on there. So I guess that there was an inkling that I wanted to do it, but
yeah,
I was terrified. It was one of those things, I guess, it was more talk than action.
I think that's one of those things. There's a lot of people that say they want to jump out of an airplane, but it's just one of those things you don't get to, just because it is scary to think about.
It is.
And it's like, when are you going to just go do it? Like,
you got to have somebody that encourages you to go do it.
Absolutely. You got to have the team of people around you that's going to do crazy stuff with you, right? So
yeah.
If you have a bucket list item and you don't execute on it, then later in life, it's going to become a regret list. And that's one common thing that, there's been some articles written about people that work in hospice cares. That's one of the things, like, people are laying on their deathbed and they're just like recounting all the things that they wish they would have gotten to earlier in life, but they didn't for whatever reason. And I think that a lot of us live a life of, and I certainly have, complete decades of just working and not, I don't know, just caught up in whatever.
Yeah.
I look at my 20s, I'm like, it was video games, and I didn't maximize my time.
No, it's that cliche of have experiences instead of stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And so I think just going out and experiencing it and living.
Speaking of stuff, do you like this cow behind us?
It's horrible.
It's like an alien cow. If you're listening to us, Lacy's got this big cow. It's actually really cool. But it's just funny to have it. This is like a last minute setup, like to come down here and do it right here. So just a funny backdrop. So anyway, but yeah, living life through adventures and experiences. And that's been kind of the theme of our relationship has been doing more of that.
We're the crazy couple.
We're the crazy couple
doing crazy stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's funny because a year ago to the date, August 4th, we had went and climbed the Middle Teton, and it was a crazy day. So we titled that now the Do Epic Shit Day.
Yeah, August 4th is the official Do Hard Things, Do Epic Shit Day, because specifically 1 year, we're at the jump site. You're like, you know what? 1 year ago today, you're popping up memories. And it was like us with Scotty Hobbs and Gabby, them out. And that was an insane day.
It was insane.
That was scarier than jumping out of a plane to me.
In hindsight now, looking at it, yeah. But that one was unplanned scary. We didn't know that it was.
Yeah. The cow is judging the motivation this morning.
Yes,
Good morning, Rebecca. I see Facebook user. Sorry, it doesn't for whatever platform you're watching. Sometimes I can't see the name. So thank you guys for being here. So when we got there, what were the emotions?
Let's backtrack.
Okay.
Jay ended up gifting me the skydive jump for my birthday, which was very, very sweet of him. I'm like, oh, great, thank you. You know, like so excited. I'm like,
we'll never use this.
God bless him. Thank you. We'll never use it. And then a week prior, one of Jay's daughters found out that a friend of hers was going to be in Leavenworth, and so Jay was like, coincidence, it's right near the jump site. And so he ended up saying, let's go jump. And I was, oh God, okay. And no, just still kind of wavering, but okay. So then fast forward to Thursday, August 4th. It's D-Day.
Oh, it's D-Day. Yeah. So we're driving out there.
Yeah.
And what happened? We almost ran out of gas.
We almost ran out of gas.
We had to turn back around.
We had to turn around. Right as we were turning around, a car accident happened right in front of us.
Yep. I've got a 4Runner, and the light will come on, but it doesn't ding. And I've had that happen to me a couple times where I've like
it dings. I think you're just deaf.
That's probably I am deaf. But does it ding? Does yours ding?
Yeah, it dings.
Mine doesn't ding.
Yeah, it dings.
Oh, anyway, the light was on and it didn't tell us. And then we literally, as we were turning around, this woman we're at an intersection, and I'm waiting to kind of just turn around, but there's a woman waiting in the far lane. And there's a car coming. We're like right on the edge of Kansas. You can see for miles. And this car's coming head on, full speed. And she waits till like right before he gets right in front of her. And then she turns right in front of him, clips him, comes inches from hitting us. And but we were late, so we just like quickly made sure that they were okay.
Yeah.
All things considered, got the gas, hit it back out to the jump site. Which is that was like a crazy 20 minutes of like just, oh my God, we're almost out of gas. Oh my God, we almost got clipped. Oh my God, we're late. We're gonna go jump on a plane. And then I'm nervous because I know I'm gonna ask her, to marry me. And I'm like, oh my God, is she gonna say yes? No. So lots of emotion.
So yeah, we get there, and the group at Falcon Skydiving is absolutely amazing. They, like Jay's always talking about having supportive people in your corner. They, complete strangers, but I feel like they're family. I feel like they're best friends now.
Yeah.
The way that they communicate with people and set your mind at ease.
I'm assuming it's part of their training because everyone there is probably coming there they're scared shitless. Yeah. And, but they just, as soon as we got there, made us feel very welcoming, cracking lots of jokes and just even funny, like you're going to die jokes out of the plane, but it was just done in such a way that it was like really funny, Yeah. I mean, it was awesome. The entire group there was like really super cool. So it made it very seamless. The instruction was good. The way that they delivered the instruction gave you confidence that they knew what they were doing, and the equipment they kept checking and they kept practicing and rehearsing. There's only like 3 things that you had to do. Mm-hmm. So it seemed really seamless. And we were there your family showed up.
Well,
and,
I didn't know. We were going through the legal stuff, like signing our lives away.
Yeah.
And then came out, and my family surprised me. If you don't know my family, they're very, very close knit. So anytime that there's anything happening, whether it be a skydive, jump, or a football game, or a swim meet, they're there taking pictures and just super, super supportive. So still, I didn't know. I mean, I just thought that they were there to support the jump.
Yeah. But they were there to capture the moment.
They were there to capture the bigger moment, I guess.
Yeah. So we get all our gear on, and then it's time to go. So what are you thinking?
I mean, it just happened so quickly. The they like load you up in a plane. They don't even shut the door. The plane just takes off. There's no safety protocol.
Yeah, that's the funny thing, especially, you know, all my years in the Army,
safety.
like there's a lot of protocol and procedure when you do things, but this plane like literally just got done like dropping off some folks. They jump, the plane comes down. It's a smaller plane, probably what they said they can get like 12 people on there and like 2 little benches. Like it's cram packed. It's rolling up. It doesn't even come to a complete stop. It feels like we're just like jumping into this plane and hopping on the bench, and it's like rolling. We're not even clipped in or anything, and it's rolling down the runway. We're like off. It felt a little sketchy there for a second, but everyone on there was like, you know, I'm watching what the instructors are doing, and they're calm, cool, collective. So therefore, I'm calm, cool, collective, sort of. Trying to be.
I think at that moment, it's just almost like
it felt surreal.
It's surreal. We're doing this. We're on the plane. Like there's
only one way off.
There's kind of no turning back now, you know. And then it is what it is. So like the fear was there. It's legit, but I had this sense of calm too. It was very weird. I don't even know how to describe it.
I had a sense of calm because the instructors were there. You were there. We're doing it together.
Well, and I feel like you've prepped me so well with visualizing, and I just visualized that it was going to be amazing, you know, and I just like, there was no room for doubt. Like there just wasn't.
Yeah.
And so I think being able to do it with you, and I kept looking at Jay, and every now and then his face would get completely pale. I'm like, is he breathing? Like,
I'm terrified of heights, and I don't like flying on planes, to be honest with you. I'm always nervous. I've always been scared of heights. So this was definitely out of my comfort zone thing.
Yeah.
And I think that I've handled it well because of, I mean, to be honest, just you're like rappelling and being on aircraft in the military and just watching a lot of videos. I never went to jump school, but I've watched enough videos and had enough conversation with people. And there's just some basics. Listen to the instructors. Don't get in their way. I mean, they told you what you need to do, and just trust them. Have a level of trust. And from a heights perspective, you know, when they open the door, they're like, you know, 2 minutes out, 1 minute, you're like, shit, you're looking at the plane, you know, you're trying to look at the ground, like it's way down there. When they open the door, it's loud. You put your feet there, but they have you look straight up. So as you fall out of the plane, you're not really jumping, you're falling out of the plane. Your head's already with the horizon. But unlike a roller coaster or like bungee jumping, where you can actually physically see the ground, it just feels like you're so far up. We're at 14,000 feet that it just felt very kind of surreal still.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, with them saying like, look up.
Yeah.
Like, you're not ever really looking down to see where you're going.
Yeah.
I mean, you have your instructor tied to you, hooked to you.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of.
And they say don't look down because what a common thing happens is jumpers, they can freak out and they bump their head back and hit the instructor in the face. Well, last thing I wanted to do is knock my instructor out, right? So I'm just thinking about all the instructions and playing it through my head so I don't because if I interfere with him, we're both gunners, right?
You know what's funny is talking about this right now, my stomach is still kind of turning a little bit. Like I still get, and I did it. I did it, but I still get the nervous energy. Like, anxious.
Oh, it was cool.
Yeah. So
put your feet on and then just jump, and then like the free fall, like
the free fall.
It was so, I've never felt a sensation like that before.
And your stomach doesn't drop.
Yeah.
It's not like
it wasn't what we expected. We thought like a roller coaster drop where your stomach drops.
No. You're just going fast.
Yeah.
Your mouth gets so dry.
Yeah.
Did yours get dry?
It did.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Like, and then once they open the parachute, you can finally hear them and talk to them. And I was trying to talk, but I couldn't. Like,
you could scream if you wanted to, but no one's going to hear. You're falling so fast. What is like you fall 2 miles? It's a 3 mile.
It's 120
drop,
miles.
Right?
You're going 120 miles per hour.
Yeah, for the first 60 minutes or 60 seconds.
60 minutes.
Yeah, 60-minute free fall.
That would be a long free fall.
With that, did you ever watch that Red Bull?
No.
Oh, I need to watch the Red Bull jump. This guy went to like the edge of space and he's wearing a spacesuit and he jumped free fall. It's the longest free fall ever. Guinness Book of World Record. It's super cool.
That's weird.
I wonder how long he fell.
I don't know. You get bored after a while.
Would you?
Yeah.
Maybe. Oh, it's so loud though. You could scream if you wanted to. No one could hear you. Even your partner couldn't hear you. It was just like so loud and you're falling. It's amazing.
We don't know.
So what's
So
the
you
next
make it
adventure?
sound, no, you make it sound so easy. I wonder, is that Sherry Wilson?
I don't know. It was easy.
It was easy.
It really was. You just fall.
Yeah.
I fall all the time.
They give you like three instructions for the whole process.
Yeah, that's it. It was super simple. It really was. But as you're free falling, that was super cool. That was a sensation. I was not expecting that. I can't even describe it. And then the parachute opens, and it's just like,
yeah, and then your stomach drops.
Then your stomach drops. Yeah. And because I had to get to the ground sooner to pop the big question, we had to get down there quicker. So, you know, with the canopy they had, you know, they I don't know what they call them, but they basically pull down and you spiral down. So my stomach dropped. That's where I got a little queasy. I have a lot of stomach issues, but I had to get down there before Lacy. So we burned it in pretty quick. And then, yeah, you put your legs up and then you follow the ground. And it was so peaceful. That fall was so peaceful. That stretch of property there, they got the Platte River. It was green. It was a beautiful day. It was hot on the ground, but up there, it was, because we're at altitude, it was so peaceful. It was amazing. Now I know why people do this all the time. Like, it's incredible. My
instructor, I think it was like his 7,600 something or else jump. Like, he's over 7,000 times. I mean, that's insane. And I can see why, though. I mean, like, it
was nuts. Someone said they jumped off a cliff hang gliding. I want to do that, but I could see, because it's the turns that really make your stomach drop.
Close to the
but you can see that you're on the edge of the cliff, and you see a lot of times they do it by the ocean. I think that would be more scary than jumping out of a plane.
Absolutely.
But I always thought that, because I've bungee jumped before, but not nearly as terrifying. The jumping out of a plane is not nearly as terrifying for some reason.
Dave Kessler said, "What's the next adventure?"
So the next adventure,
September 16th.
September 16th, we're doing a Do Hard Things themed wedding. And
we're jumping again.
Jumping with all of our friends.
We became so addicted to it that we're suckering all our friends into it now. So yeah.
That's the date. That's what we're earmarked, if weather permitting.
To backtrack a little bit more on our jump.
Yeah.
You know, like after the parachute opened, I, was doing some of our slower falling or whatever, and that my instructor said, "Do you see that white tarp down there?" And of course, then I saw that Jay had said, "Will you marry me?" And I started bawling.
You see the video, she starts bawling, and it's really cute.
Because I have a very expressive, ugly cry, very expressive face, very ugly cry. And so I'm like trying to cover and very emotional. I still don't think it really hit me though, until I got to the ground and saw you like on one knee. And so if you do see the video, I'm a little bit of a mess. So such a surreal moment, but
I'm glad you said yes, because they said that out there. They did have a woman say no, and I guess the instructor knew before they even hit the ground, so they landed behind the building, and I guess it made for a very awkward, because when she came out of the building, she was like angry at the guy, and they had a 3-hour ride together back home. So that was. I'm glad she said yes. So it was a double win. I survived jumping out of a plane. We both survived, and she said yes.
We did.
Yeah.
But I do highly, highly recommend, if it's a fear of yours or even an inkling to try to skydive, you need to do it.
Yeah.
It's hands down one of the most exhilarating, I think.
So what lesson did you learn from doing that?
Don't show Jay Teagues your bucket list. No. That your fears are valid. Mm-hmm. But a lot of times it's a mental block, and, just get out there and do it. I mean, I lived, we could have gotten in the car accident headed out there, and that was more likely of a chance of getting injured doing that.
Yeah, we legit almost, yeah.
And anything that you're telling yourself during the skydiving, it's, just exactly that. You're just telling yourself these false truths.
How do you think that has this improved your confidence by having that? Oh my
goodness. I mean, every single thing that you and I accomplished together. I mean, I'm lucky enough to have a partner to do a lot of this crazy shit with, but it's improved. Did you say, how did it improve?
Yeah, how does it improve your confidence?
That I can do it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah.
And I think that's the reason, or the case for doing things that scare the shit out of you, is because it equates to every other aspect of your life. If you're fearful for something else, the more things that you have done outside of your comfort zone, the easier it is to do other things when the time comes. Mm-hmm. I think about like work experience where I was like completely scared. The first time, just throughout my life, like being a recruiter and having to get up and talk to a bunch of teenage kids about the Army. I remember that vividly. Like, oh my God, I'm terrified. I don't like public speaking, but doing the reps. Then later I did that as an instructor in front of students, for hours at a time. Or when I took command, all of those things were very scary moments, but I always equated like, you know what? I did the MR 340. I can do this. I did the Dirty Kansas 200. I can do this. I've bungee jumped. I can do this.
Yeah, bungee jumps?
I have. At the Lincoln County Fair, you want to talk about a sketchy bungee jump?
No.
In Troy, Missouri. Yeah. Tractor pulls and bungee jumps. Of all the places to bungee jump, I would not, if I could, it's probably a little sketchy. I had a couple beers in me too.
Oh, that made my
bungee jumping is terrifying. We need to go do that.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do.
It's not on my bucket list.
But anyway, you do stuff that scares you. It helps you in other aspects of your life.
Yeah.
So and it's an experience. Like, it's like worth it. Like that moment, like.
Well, and also, what is the word? Try to work with people that are educated and knowledgeable about the thing that you're wanting to do. Like, I wouldn't just go skydive with some state fair person.
That was a bad decision.
I would, what is the word? I'm blanking.
Expert, right?
Like an expert. Yeah. I mean, enlist people that are educated and knowledgeable about the fear that you have, and you become more educated. I mean, we don't do just random stupid shit. Like Jay, if anybody knows Jay, he's a researcher. So he finds the best of the best and he makes sure that everything is legit. So, I mean, there are people out there that are, I'm not.
So throughout your life, whatever it is that you're fearful of, it's really a knowledge gap, right? We don't know how it's going to turn out. There's some risk associated, but they've taken all that out. You've got an expert that's got 7,000 jumps. Okay. That made us feel a lot better. Yeah. And it's like that with any aspect of your life, whether it's your finances, getting a financial coach. If it's, you want to work on your health and wellness, get someone that's doing what you want to be doing. You want to get into CrossFit. Well, go find a CrossFit gym, go find a coach. That's what as a performance coach, I help people overcome fear and get focused on what matters to crush their goals. Find someone that's doing to help you close in that learning gap. And, that's powerful. Experts, mentors, experts, coaches, anything that you want to do, and leaning in on that and having awareness of that definitely helps. Yeah. Like, he's not just a random guy that you're tandemly jumping with. This guy's an expert, right, at what he does. And he was coaching us through the entire process, which gave us confidence.
I'm not going to lie. I sized him up a little bit when they first. Oh yeah. I'm
like, how many jumps you got?
How many? I gave him all the questions.
Yeah. But it made it a lot less scary because we had an expert there coaching us and teaching us through the entire process. Yeah. So, well, it was fun. What else did you learn?
I don't know. You're asking difficult questions.
I am. It's very early in the morning. I learned that, I truly feel like because that was a huge bucket list item that was terrifying to me. I feel like if I can do that, I feel like I can nearly do anything.
Yeah. I learned that you're more traditional than I thought.
I'm more traditional.
I thought we were going to elope. I thought one day we were just going to announce that we were married to everybody. I didn't know that you were going to ask my dad's permission and get on one knee. So it was very sweet of you. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
I cried like a baby.
You did.
Yeah.
We have it all on video.
That's awesome.
If you haven't watched the video, you should go check it out. It's on our timeline. But so this morning is a little bit untraditional. We're already over time. We had a late start, but thank you for coming on here and hanging out with me. What's our next adventure?
We're getting married.
We're going to do. We've earmarked the date of September 16th, like next month, and we are doing a Do Hard Things themed wedding. We're going back and we're taking a bunch of people that want to jump. If you have interested in jumping and you're available, reach out. Come join us. It's open. We're going to lock it in. Like if you legit want to do this, let us know immediately, because we're going to lock it in here pretty quick. But we don't do things the traditional way. We're like, we could spend a bunch of money and do the whole romantic, but we're like, you know what? This is not us. It will be romantic in our way.
Yeah.
But do something memorable. Have you ever been to a wedding where you're just like, man, I can't wait to go to that wedding? No, it's usually on a weekend where, you want to be there with the couple, but it's like, here we go again, a little long wedding. Yeah. We want to do something a little bit different.
Celebrating the couple.
Celebrate the couple. We're just doing it our way. So, I'm excited.
We're weird.
You are weird that way. Oh, well, thank you, Olivia, for saying that. Olivia and I, we went to OCS together. That was a very interesting experience, wasn't it, Moses?
Did you learn a lot?
That was OCS. How do I describe it? It's officer candidate school for the Army, and there's 3 commissioning sources. You have West Point, OCS, and ROTC. But OCS is really the other 2 are drawn out like it's part of a college curriculum. OCS is basically you've already got your degree and you're just basically learning the fundamentals, and it's almost like a form of hazing, if you will. But they're just trying to evaluate and test your leadership to see if you're officer material. But it was almost like going back to basic training, but probably a little worse. It was awful.
Wow.
Yeah, it was not a good time.
I
made it through. But I was one of the prior service guys. I've been in the Army for a minute. I felt like the things that I learned there, I didn't learn anything, but I did learn leadership from a different perspective. Like I would say I didn't learn anything. It was just the course itself. Like what they teach in the course is for people that are new to the Army. I'd been in the Army for a minute, but the challenge, and I talked to one of the instructors about why the prior service folks were in there, and it was really to help them facilitate the course. But it was very humbling. I think that was probably what I learned the most. To be re-humbled, it's hazing with trust. It was a humbling experience to have to go back, because I was a sergeant first class. I've been in the Army for 13 years, but to go back and basically be from square one, that was a humbling experience. And there was some leadership, because I was never like a drill instructor, but as soon as I hit day one, like they put me in the first sergeant role, and the class was like self-led. So from day one, I was challenged right out the get-go. So even as an experienced leader, it was a challenging environment and a challenging time. And I learned to be humble. That was probably the biggest thing, because they'd take away your rank. I'm a sergeant first class. Why the hell are you yelling at me, bro? I'm getting yelled at by other sergeant first classes. People that was like lesser.
Sure there was no bro.
Lesser. I didn't say bro. I'd probably get smoked. But they, I think we had some staff sergeants there, like yelling at me, like, "You have sergeant first class," but I wasn't, because I was a candidate. So that was a humbling. We had to wear these little ascots that made us look kind of goofy with our berets and our little vests. Like we had to, like when we got a haircut. We'd have on Sundays. We'd have to go, and there'd be like 6 of us. We'd have to march. Someone would have to call cadence. It was ridiculous. Anyway, I could go all day about it. But yeah, it was humbling. It was a humbling experience.
Is that harder than skydiving?
Yeah. Yeah, because it like never ended. But anyway, that's where I met Olivia Moses Winter. So it's an awesome person. We've met a lot of cool people there. So
do you have a winner this week, or are we?
You're my winner.
Oh.
You're my winner. And I got something. I got something for you.
Oh.
You're my winner. We have these new Do Hard Things hats. They're trucker caps, and you are my weekly winner. I got to adjust it. We're completely unscripted this morning, but you are my winner this week.
Oh, stop.
I appreciate you doing hard things.
You're stuck with me now. You're funny. I love you.
You didn't say, "Hey, this is," like Tom says, "This is bullshit." You didn't say any of that. I love it when he does that. It's funny. Tom cracks me up. Tom, we appreciate you. Sorry you couldn't make it this week, but
I can call Jay out on his shit like Tom.
Tom does. It's funny.
Okay.
I love it because he always does it in a way that, like, different perspective, and it's just funny.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I can't, and I'm not as beefy as Tom.
Tom's.
Try.
Tom, if you're watching, we appreciate you. We look forward to having you back next week.
Absolutely.
What else you want to talk about?
I won't.
Did you?
It won't fit me.
Get a here. I'll model a trucker cap. Okay. I have a child's head. See,
I know.
It's made specifically. I know it look good in trucker hats because I have such a small head, and trucker hats are kind of high. But yeah, if you want one of these will be on the shop soon. So we got our new Do Our Things trucker caps. Appreciate it. September 10th, we have our first event. We also have a virtual option if you're not close. It's going to be Cooper's Landing, the 5K 9.11 mile run and or ruck. And new podcast episode this week. We have the Forge Mastermind. If you're ready to connect with a community of awesome people, Lacy's in the community with us. What do you think about the Forge?
I love the Forge. We have become really good friends with a lot of the people because seeing everybody through their goals and watching, like we've all played a role in that. And
Yeah.
I think it's hard to not appreciate the support of the group.
It's a goal crushing community. We have 2 calls a week. We do the weekly accountability meeting, and then I basically come in and teach a high performance concept, and the group teaches itself oftentimes. Like it's if you need a level of support, you want to have a space where you can talk about like real life and get feedback from other people that have a growth mindset, then that's what we've developed there. So if you're interested in learning more about that, you can reach out directly to me. I'd be happy to hop on a call with you. But Lacy is in there, and we talk about a lot of stuff. And like it's a place to do life with other growth-minded people.
Absolutely.
And if you can give it a shot, you have questions, let me know. What else?
Come to the race if you want to jump.
Come to the race. Get to do hard things.
Following week if you want to.
Yep, we have virtual option if you can't make it physically here. And go to dohardthingsnation.com. Check all that out. If you want to work with me or learn more about that opportunity, go to jaytiegs.com. JAYTIGS.com. And that's it. That's it for this week.
Love you, boo.
Love you. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
Thank you guys for being here this morning. We appreciate you. Unscripted,
Thanks for
bearing with us this morning.
We're going to have to go see if Jay's toe is broken now.
That hurt. That hurt. But hey guys, have a great day. Thanks for hanging out with us this morning. In the meantime, keep doing hard things. If you want to jump with us, let us know. It's happening soon.
1 month tomorrow.
1 month tomorrow. So if you're listening to us on the replay on the podcast like a year from now, you missed your chance. But hey, we're glad you're here anyway.
But we'll jump with you.
There'll be video footage of this. So, all right, guys, we appreciate you. Keep doing hard things. We'll see you guys in the next episode.